My name is Alanna and I run an SEO agency that has helped dozens of companies get more leads by ranking higher on Google and other organic marketing strategies like YouTube and social medias. Today, I'm showing how to build a content strategy for your blog on your company's website to attract even more leads. Let's get into it. Okay, cool. So today I'm going to be talking about how to build out a content strategy for your company's blog. And let's say the example we'll do is the company is an interior design consultancy. Okay, so they offer interior design help through online. So maybe you book a call with them, and then online they go ahead and help you plan out your living room, show you, things to buy and how to arrange it, and that's all through virtual. Okay, so this could work for any sort of blog. All the semantics or the foundation of it is the same. So let's say we're building this out and we'll start. This is how I build mine out personally. So I just use a simple Google Sheet. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. This is the content, idea, what I'm thinking of doing. You want to do a couple of things. You want to build out the content type. So you want top of funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel content. So I like to think about top of the funnel content as they are completely unaware of the problem that they're facing, right? So let's say it is, and we'll talk about more about this when I start bringing in examples. So maybe I'll just hold off on that for a second. But let's say it's top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. So top of the funnel, they're super unaware. Middle of the funnel, they are somewhat aware of the problem and the solution. And then bottom of the funnel, they're like one step away from purchasing your services. So, right, so they are aware that they have the problem, they're aware that you have the solution, and they're aware of your services. The live URL, this is just when the URL goes live. I like to post it here so I can always keep track of each of the pages. The owner, so maybe you want to bring this to one of your copywriters, what have you, so you can always design the owner. Status, I like to do a couple of things: new, in progress, under review, sent over the client, right? Because I am offering this to companies to build out their blog pages and their company pages. And then due date, when it's due, and then the files. So I have over here, like, I build out my content brief. So when I know my keyword, I know my content, I'm actually building out, what this could look like, the copywriting of it, all the SEO tactics and optimization, and then obviously the keyword and maybe some notes if needed. So step number 1 in building this out is use a project management tool like Google Sheets is fine, just Google Sheets is fine, to plan strategy. Okay, so that's number 1, easy peasy. Next, what we're going to do is we want to do some keyword research to identify what are those blog ideas that we want to write about. So let's say, first of all, our keywords, I like to do this in a separate Google Sheet. And what I like to do is this the keyword bank. So it's all the keywords that I am building out. Then is it like primary, a blog topic? I work on service pages and collection pages, but don't worry about it. It's just like everything's going to be a blog topic for this for today. And then the keyword difficulty, which I'll share in a moment, monthly search volume, and then alternative keywords, which I'll also share in a moment. And just to step back for a second, what a blog could look like, I'm going to go on Ahrefs and then we go to resources. I'll show you what I mean by the blog. So blog could just look like this, right? It is articles that are going to bring on even more leads to your company's website. Because yes, you have the service pages, you have the core pages, you have the about page, but then when it comes to actually giving your next customer resources, it's going to be 12 link builders, share strategies that can work from them. So it's building out even more pages, and you want to at least put out 2 to 3 content blog posts a week for your company's website. And again, it's just very informational. And if anyone searches link building strategies, right, your next customer maybe searches this because they're really interested in knowing more about this topic, then your company will pop up, right? They'll click on your blog post, they'll read the blog post, be like, wow, this is really helpful. And see, they're already on your site, so they can possibly, subscribe, book another call with you, or whatever your call to action is. So again, it's just more awareness to your company's page, which essentially are leads, which if you have good calls to action and very optimized pages that are ready to convert, then you can easily convert them from a lead to your next customer. Okay, so that's what a blog is. It's just a bunch of articles. And how you build this out is I'll go over, actually, since we looked at the Ahrefs blog, I used to like to use Ahrefs as my keyword research tool. So what this could be is, okay, first of all, I want to think of ideas in my head too. So I always like to, I'll just write it in this cool sheet down here. So possible content idea brainstorm. So whenever I think of my next customer, I'm like, okay, what are they potentially looking for? So one of the things I thought of for interior design is how to design your living room design ideas. Okay, this is going to be a how-to. This is more of like ideas, and maybe I share some inspiration. Okay, next thing is how to get the best lighting in your room. Okay, bedroom or bathroom. Maybe it's bathroom. Okay, how to get the best lighting. Things like how to arrange your kitchen, how interior design or home design affects your mood. Okay, so here's a bunch of content ideas, and we're going to get even more when we start doing some keyword research. So now what I'm going to do, since I have a bunch of content ideas, and for you, you want to make sure that you're understanding what your product is or service, and then basing it based on, okay, based on that product or service, what will my next customer most likely be searching for that they'll actually want to buy my services? Okay, and then we want to pull it into, we're going to go actually up here to Keyword Explorer. And then we're just going to paste each of the keywords put into here. So the first one's going to be how to design your living room. So I see that this is a 26 keyword difficulty. This is where I get the keyword difficulty, and 100 search volume. Again, it depends where your company is at. But if you're first starting out, yes, you want to go for a lower keyword difficulty. This just means it's a less competitive keyword. Down here, you can see that the Diva Playbook, or the Spruce, this is a really popular one, so the Spruce, they're at a 90 DR and they're ranking number 2. So, okay, that's a really competitive space to be in. But then I see 40 DRs in here as well. So Space Joy, Daniel Moss. And I'm like, okay, yes, I have a competitor. Like the Spruce is really competitive to be up against when ranking on Google. So yes, it is competitive in that sense. But there's also 40 DRs in position like 3 and 4, 5. So I'm like, okay, like this, I can possibly rank in here. I'm starting out, but maybe I'm not super brand new. Okay, so I have a chance to compete in here. And as we go through more examples, if that's confusing, it will make more sense. And then in terms of the keyword volume, just make sure there's some volume, especially when you're first starting out. It's okay to have like 10 keyword volume here. Again, this is the blog. It's not necessarily your service pages. On your service pages, you do want to make sure that you're optimizing it for the most amount of search volume. But for the blog piece, you're going to be publishing 2 to 3 pieces a week, or at least you should be on your blog. So honestly, you can cover anything that has a good amount of search volume. So what I'm going to do is now I add it to my keyword planner, which I already have here. So how to design your living room. I'm going to say, okay, this is a blog topic. And then you can see here the keyword difficulty was 26. Search volume is 100. Let's change that, is 100. And this fluctuates every now and then. I probably was at 150 before. Okay, now let's keep going because I want to find all my keywords first before I put it into my content sheet. So the next thing is I'm going to do living room design ideas. Okay, so let's see if that's a good keyword. Okay, it's a pretty good keyword, 56 keyword difficulty. I'm just going to go down here and double check that. So if you see down here, okay, I'm just starting out as a website, so there's 70, 90 DRs, if you can see on the bottom right corner here. So that's really competitive. So honestly, I probably don't want to go after this keyword because it's really competitive, and I'll note it down so I can potentially write about this in the future. So I'll come here and write it down. But honestly, if I'm first starting out, this is not something I want to write about because I'm not going to have a chance on ranking right now. So I will put this in, let's say, okay, 56. And you can see here that this has like a lot of search volume, which is awesome, but it is really difficult. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go to search suggestions and I'm going to look for a longer tail keyword that I can write for that will instead be easier to rank for. So you can see here, if you look at the first two, there's living room ideas, which we already saw was a 56 keyword difficulty and like 5,000. But look at this one underneath it. Living room layout ideas. It's a 19 keyword difficulty and it's 3,000 monthly search volume, which actually is pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and expand this. You can go ahead, click on SERPs here. And when I expand this, I do see it's still really competitive, but the first position is a 53. The ninth position is a 57. So actually that's not too bad. So I'm actually going to note this down. I'll probably add this to my content calendar because I think it's a good keyword to go after. So blog topic, and then this is going to be a 19 with 3,000 monthly search volumes. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see if there's anything better or more. And mainly what you can do, especially, again, if you're first starting out, you need to understand what your DR is. And the way you can see that is like, okay, free domain authority checker. You can go on to Moz, just put your website in. Okay, I'm just going to do mine. This isn't the website that we're working on, but I'll just take this just for example. I don't like to blow any of my clients up, so I always just do my own website in here. But you can see here my DR is at 23. So what that means is, okay, I can probably compete with like 40s, but honestly not really 50s, 60s, or anything more than that. So you have to check to understand what your domain rating is and just go on the site just like I did, and then you can go ahead and check that. So I use moz.com, their free domain analysis checker. So probably since my DR is like, let's say like in the 20-ish range, then I'm going to go ahead and you can decrease your keyword difficulty. You can filter for only keywords that are below, let's do 20 at first, because that looks like a pretty good range for where my DR is at. So you can see here, there's living room ideas 2024. Okay, that's not too bad. Living room wall ideas. So that's actually not a bad one because I do think that this client, particularly that I'm working with, one of their products is a wall design. There's a picture that they sell. So I'm going to go ahead and I actually really want this keyword. It's pretty competitive still, but there's a 59 in here. So that's not too bad. But since it pertains a lot to what my clients sell, I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Again, it's a blog topic and it is 13 and 150. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else that interests me. So I'm just going to pull this back up. Family room decor ideas. Okay, long, narrow living room design ideas. Okay, that's really interesting. So let's open that up. How to design your long, narrow living room. Long living room layout ideas. Okay, interesting. And it looks like all the top keywords here, because you do want to see this. Long living room. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I'll note this down. It's not a bad keyword at all. And I want to say it's a blog topic, and then I'll put it in at 5 and 100. Cool. So let's keep going down that list. I want to see what else I have here. So how to get the best lighting. How to get the best lighting for your, and then I'll just put that in. Let's see what pops up. And actually in is probably what I want to use. Okay, that didn't pop up. So let's do how to design your room for best lighting. Okay, let's see what that is. I'm gonna go to related terms. Okay, so I found nothing came up when I was doing how to get the best lighting for your room. So that means not everyone's searching for it. But throughout my search, I found this like lighting ideas. So when I was here, what I want to do is like, I'm not sure what lighting ideas is. Is this more for people that sell lightings, or let's see, lighting inspiration ideas? That's a Pinterest. Diva Playbook, Design Mistakes Rule for Lighting. So this is about interior design. So that's a good way to see what the search intent is based on who's ranking the search results, because that tells you right away what the competitors are doing, if interior design, if it's the right keyword for your niche. So it does look like it because it's ranking a lot of other interior design companies. So I'm actually going to note this down. This is a great keyword. So I'm going to go in here. So lighting ideas, blog topic, and then this will be 10, and this has a good amount of search volume. Okay, that looks good. So let's keep going. Let's see what else there possibly is. So how to rearrange your kitchen, how to arrange your kitchen. Okay, let's see what potentially is here. Let's do how to design your kitchen. Okay, let's see what that pulls up, because that didn't pull up anything. How to design your kitchen. I'm going to go to search suggestions, because when I did matching terms, nothing super interesting popped up. Okay, how to build a kitchen. Okay, that's not good. How to design a kitchen. How to design a kitchen layout. How to design a kitchen remodel. How to decorate. Okay, this one's a good one. How to decorate a kitchen wall, right? Especially if I said they sell a product that's like wall art, then that's a really good keyword. So I'm going to put that in here, and this will be 12 and 80. Okay, 12 and 80. How to decorate your kitchen. Okay, that's actually a good one with 13 and then 60 keyword difficulty. Okay, cool. So that's enough of me kind of doing this. Let's see. Actually, I had one more. Let's see. How home design affects your mood, because I think that could be a really interesting one and a great keyword to go after. So let's see what potentially pulls up here. How interior design affects mood. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, and then that's 14 with 10 search volume. Just a quick bonus here. Another way that you can find, because let's say you are a new and emerging company, so you can go on Google Trends for keyword searching. And I think this is going to be really important, because let's say, I'm going to switch gears for a second. Let's say we're in biohacking. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have Glimpse, and you get like 10 free credits a month, so it's completely free. And I'm going to go to keyword lookup, and let's say you're a company in the health space who has like something in biohacking. So, oops, just give me a second, because, okay, you can go to Discovery Trends, and then, okay, perfect. So you can go to Health and Wellness and see what's happening here. So I don't even know what this is. Systematic healing. Let's see what that is. But that looks like that's a new and emerging topic to potentially talk about. Explores how the body expresses deep, painful experiences. Okay, interesting. So that's a good keyword to potentially go after. Weight loss injections. That kind of seems like it's on the rise. Non-stimulant ADHD. So if you're in the health and wellness space, then I would say, okay, cool. Like, here are some topics, and you keep going. There's 15 pages. Looks like you need the expert plan to potentially go back. So those are all great keywords. So beauty, red light therapy. Okay, that's a great new and emerging topic to potentially talk about. And if you click on it, you'll be able to see what is the trend. Okay, it has been going up. And then look at all the other keywords that you can potentially write about. So benefits of red light therapy mask, red light therapy at home. Okay, so if you sell like a red light therapy product, then this would probably be really good. And then you can also, it brings you to like related trends too. So hydrofacials, etc. So this is a great one to potentially start writing about you. If we go back for a second, because I want to stick with the example that I have. So let's say we're doing interior design. So I go home, showpiece for the living room. Okay, wall hanging decoration. Looks like it's on the upward trend. I'm going to do wall hanging decoration. And the way I'm going to check to see what's going on here, what I can potentially write about, is if I put it, copy and paste into Ahrefs, then I can see what's ranking here. So how to hang 4 pictures on a wall. That's a really interesting keyword. And there's no volume, or I'm sorry, keyword difficulty at all for this. So it's a 0. So it's not really ranking. It's ranking 51s on the first spot of Google. Let's see, wall hanging jewelry organizer. That's a good keyword, but that's not necessarily what my client will be. Wall hanging ideas for the living room. Okay, so this is interesting. There's a lot of like wall hanging seems to be like the new trend. Okay, and then even if I wanted to, I can kind of click in here more and see. So wall hanging decoration. So there's been spikes. Let's see, that usually happens around the holidays because people are buying things for family members. So wall decoration ideas, artificial hanging plants. Okay, that's interesting. That actually might be a good one to potentially write about too. Talk about home interior design more. But okay, you get the point. So you can go in Google Trends and to get even more keyword ideas. Now what you want to do is you can go ahead and start organizing this in a nice, clean content strategy. So I have in here already some ideas. So you want to go back and forth towards your keyword planner. So I'm just going to go ahead and filter everything, filter column for clear, and do all blogs. Okay, blog topic. Let's see. So I have all these ideas for blog topics. So the first one I had actually was bachelor pad ideas for small spaces. So this could be a really great one. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my content strategy. Let's see what else we can potentially write about. So wall pictures for the living room. I believe I already have that in there. So wall pictures for the living room. That's a great keyword to go after. How to design your keyword I saw was a good keyword too. Okay, that's a good idea. So I'm just going to keep copying, pasting, seeing what I like. So living room design ideas. That is a difficult keyword. Okay, so maybe I'm going to do the living room layout design first. So that's going to be first up on my content calendar because I can easily rank for that first. And then living room wall design ideas. So another good keyword to go after. Long, narrow living room ideas. Okay, so that's another great keyword. Let's see, lighting ideas. I remember seeing that was really good too. How to decorate a kitchen wall. Okay, that's a good one. How to decorate your kitchen. Okay, another great one. How interior design affects mood. Okay, beautiful. So these are all really great. So I have 10 new blog post ideas potentially write about that will bring my next customer onto my website and get them known about my product. So what I'm going to do here is like we have to go through and identify type. So how to design your living room. The way I like to think about it is, okay, people, again, top of funnel is like they're really unaware that they need interior design or whatever your service is. So they're unaware of it. And then middle of the funnel content is like, okay, they are aware of their problem and they're trying to find a solution. And then middle of the funnel content is, okay, they are completely, aware of their problem. They're aware you have the solution. Okay. So how to design your living room. I would say like they're aware that the problem is their living room layout is not comfortable. It's not homey. They're aware that the living room design is like not what they want, but they're not aware that you have the problem yet. So I would say this is the middle of a funnel content. Okay. Now the next one, let's think about this. So this is wall pictures for the living room ideas. So they're just looking to understand what ideas or inspiration are out there. I always like to have ideas as top of the funnel content. So anything with ideas, I always will just say like they're just looking for inspiration. They're not necessarily ready to buy just yet. And now, how to design your living room. Again, anything that's like how to, okay, sorry, these are the same thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. Delete row. Okay, so how to decorate your kitchen wall. Again, that's more middle of the funnel content. How to decorate your kitchen. Again, middle of the funnel content. They realize that the problem is that their kitchen is not the way they want it to be. So it's more middle of the funnel content. Okay, now how to interior design affects your mood. So what I will say for this is also, I think, middle of the funnel content, because again, they are searching for a solution to their problems, but they haven't found it yet. So, right, so they're aware that they have a problem that maybe interior design or the layout of their home is affecting their mood. So they're curious of how interior design can help them. Okay, so then you're thinking, well, this is all top of the funnel, middle of the funnel content, and this is why I do this. I lay out this content strategy the way I do, because now we're missing bottom of the funnel content. And as an SEO expert like myself, what I come across companies struggling with the most is like we're ranking for a lot of great keywords, they tell me on the blog, but it's not bringing in actual conversions, right? It's not bringing in those leads to customers. What am I doing wrong? And the first thing I always check is like, okay, how much top of the funnel, middle of the funnel content do they have compared to bottom of the funnel? So bottom of the funnel is where that next customer is actually searching for your problem, right? That you have the problem to their, that you have the solution to their problem. So we need a lot of bottom of the funnel content as well in order to get them to convert. So what this could look like is, and let's think about this for a second. So what this could look like is best, usually, let's say I have a product and it's that wall decor. So best wall decor, right? For your living room, maybe. Okay, so let's put that in for your living room. Okay, best wall decor for your living room, right? So right here, again, we'll check the keyword difficulty and I'll show you what are the competitors that are ranking in here. So pretty good. So you can see Amazon, Havenly. Let's look at Havenly. So you can see here, let's say I do best wall decor for the bedroom, right? So let's say I look at competitors and you can see here, these are all going to be product pages. So actual storefronts. So 15 bedroom wall ideas or, okay, bedroom wall, right? So this brings you to look at all of these best wall arts and it's a bunch of their products, right? So again, this is where it becomes one step closer to actually buying the product. So I think this is a great one to go after. And again, I'm going to go back to my keyword research. Let's put in 10 more keywords. And one of them is going to be best wall decor for the bedroom. And then this is going to be a blog topic, but I'm going to go ahead and make it for, it's 4 and 40. Okay, so I'm going to make it in here. I'll copy. So the best wall decor for the bedroom, I can do two things with this. I can either create, I can rank for a keyword like we saw here for big wall decor, and it will just be a page like this, especially if you have an e-commerce store. Will be great because they're ready to buy. They're like looking, they know they want wall decor. They just want to know which one they want to buy, right? So that's why it's bottom of the funnel content, because they're one step from buying from you. So you need to give them good products in order for them to buy. So you can either build it out like this, where it's like, okay, a bunch of product pages. Again, you can see here they have where's the best place to hang wall art, right? And a bunch of other information. Or you can do it like, let's see if there's one here. Let's see what this blog post looks like, where it's 15. Okay, yeah. So this is what I'm going to build out for my client, but essentially this is going to be, okay, 15 of the best wall decor art, and it's number 1, and it's like, okay, this is what it is, and it's a shop now, and then this will be the wall piece, the wall decor piece. So that's what it will kind of be like. It's like a mix between an informational blog post but also a transactional post, because yes, it's giving you ideas, but it's also telling you, like, if you want this product, shop here now. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is priority. So I do like to, in my content schedule, right, these are the blog posts that are going to go out. I do like to have usually 1 or 2 top of the funnel content pieces that I'm going to be doing first. So this is going to be wall picture ideas for the living room. Okay, so I'm going to have this one going out, let's say, what's today? Today's October 8th, so I'm going to be going out this Friday. So let's say I'm doing a blog a week. So I'm going to have 2 top of funnel content pieces, because I want to bring on, especially at first, the most amount of people. In the top of the funnel content always brings the most amount of leads, right? It's really broad, so it always captures a lot of people. And then these more tailored, they are more higher converting content pieces, because again, you're bringing on customers that are already aware of their problem and they're looking for a solution. So these are more targeted, but you want to have a good mix of everything. So I like to do, okay, I'm going to put out some top of the funnel content, usually like 1 to 2 pieces, and then I'll go ahead and maybe the week after I'll do the middle of funnel content piece, and then maybe after that I'll do a bottom of the funnel content piece. And I always like to have that kind of cadence going for the content strategy. So after this, I'll do this on November 1st. So right here, I have 4 content pieces ready to be created and published on the site for the next month. Now, a quick bonus that I want to give you today before you go, you know how to build out your content strategy now. What I will say is I have this like checklist that I like to build out. And what I want to see here, I'm gonna kind of go through the most important things that you want here. Is like, okay, your topic is how to design your living room. Okay, so let's say that's it, how to design your living room. If you remember, this is the middle of the funnel content. The primary keyword is the keyword that we already searched for, which is how to design your living room. It's going to be how to design your living room. Okay, let's put that in here. I like to use Surfer to optimize it. Again, I can show you what that looks like. So when I'm in Surfer, this is like a tool that I use to optimize all my content. And there's a thing that is a content editor here. So I'll just take the primary keyword, put it into Surfer, and then I create one content editor. And then I'll paste the link there, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. But while that's loading, I'm going to go ahead and create a title. And the way I like to come up with a title is I'll just search the keyword on Google, and then I'll see what is the best title that I can create based on what competitors are doing. So you can see here the Sprouse is doing how to decorate a living room in 13 steps. Okay, so that's really interesting. How to decorate a living room in 6 easy steps. Okay, so you do see like the first 2 blog posts, there's such a similarity between them. It's like 6 steps. So honestly, I'll probably do something like that. The title could be how to design your living room in 7 easy steps. And really quick side note, for some reason, when you put numbers into your blog post titles, and especially when they're odd numbers, they convert so much better than even numbers. I don't know why. It's just a tip. It's like a quick like mindset trick. I guess when people see even numbers, they're like, okay, like, maybe they just made up that number. But for some reason, odd numbers, it seems like you really took your time to understand it needs to be 7 numbers. And then I usually always like to understand the search intent. You can prompt AI and just be like, what is the search intent for this primary keyword? But for instance, like someone searching how to design your living room, I know that they are looking for a solution to make their living room design better, more comfortable. What I mean by better is more comfortable, more aesthetically pleasing, right? Just better overall. And then you always want to do your meta description. Again, you could just prompt AI, like, what's the meta description that should be for how to design your living room idea. The only thing that I will say here is make sure you include your primary keyword in the meta description, okay? So make sure it's always in there. Make sure it sounds natural and flowing. And then also your main keyword should be website.com/ and then whatever your primary keyword is. So again, this is how to design your living room. So it's going to look something like this. And actually, I'm going to undo that because it's going to be easier for me to type. How to design your living room. And okay, it'll just look like that. And then you want to make sure that your featured image, right, the image that you upload as a featured image to your blog, the alt text should be there and it should be natural sounding. And again, I'm not going to go through all of that because this is more about content strategy than building a blog. But you can see here, this is going to be like my checklist, making sure it's really optimized for your site. And I have here, I always like to understand what the blog outline is and making it better than competitors. So what this could look like is like I have 9 recovery techniques for athletes, okay? So let's say we're building that out for a second. You want to have a nice clean structure like this. So your H2 could be what are the best recovery techniques for athletes, and then all 9 of your recovery techniques, these should be all H3s, you can see here, and then a couple of quick questions that you can answer, maybe their most popular questions. How do athletes recover quickly? What is the best recovery method? And then a conclusion, and then you start writing out your blog. So that's what I like to do for when I'm understanding how to create a blog topic and what that could look like. And I wanted to show you a prompt that would show you this. So what this is how to design your living room ideas. So I like to always use some sort of editor like this. So I'm going ahead and I'm creating the blog, and you can see here are all the amazing things that I'm doing. So when I'm creating my blog post, I always run it through something like this. So I'm using Surfer here. And again, I have to make sure I at least have my primary keyword in here at least once. And then here's all the secondary keywords that I should be including. So that is how you build out your content strategy for your company's blog.